Good morning. Hey guys, it's Gigi. I'm just bringing you on here for just a second and then I'm going to come back with you and finish it up. But I have got a pound and a half of stew beef, okay? And I wanted to go ahead and get it on in the crock pot so that it could be cooking. It's going to take just a little bit longer. And I've got some beef broth that I have made up. I've got the Crockpot hearty beef stew packet, okay, mixed in with my beef broth, and that's going to go in on top of my beef. And then I will be back because we're going to cut up some carrots, and I've got some celery. And I got to get a few things washed, but I wanted to go ahead and get my meat on. And I'm going to cut up some potatoes and some stewed tomatoes and all that. We're going to make it all come together. But I just wanted to show you that in my crock pot, I have got a pound and a half of stew beef. Okay. All right. I'll be back. Okay. I'm back. And I showed y'all that I had put my beef tips and my beef broth in there for my beef stew. And now I have already, for the sake of time, I've cut up my onions, my carrots, my celery, and my tomatoes, and I've added them in, and y'all look. And now I'm just going to pop the lid on. It's going to cook 4 to 6 hours until everything is just tender and the beef tips are tender and the potatoes are tender and everything is tender. And then I will come back and I'll dish us up a plate, show you the cornbread. And I do have a video on my page of me making cornbread, so you can find that if you want to make cornbread, or you just make your own cornbread or whatever you like to eat with your beef stew crackers or whatever. But I will come back and we will give it a taste test together after it's cooked for a while, okay? All right, I'll see you back soon. Our beef stew is looking really, really yummy. Just gonna give it a good stir. Starting to bubble. Smells so good. Got a while to cook yet. Just thought I'd let y'all peep in with me and check it out. Okay, y'all. I've got my pan heating up in my oven, 425 degrees. We are making some cornbread. I've got 2 cups of cornmeal, white lily. I've got a cup and a half of buttermilk. I've got 2 eggs. Mixed it all together. When my oil finishes heating in my pan, I'm going to add my cornmeal. I'm going to add my oil to my cornmeal, pour it back into my cast iron, pop it back into the oven, and let it bake until it's golden brown. And over here, you can see that our beef stew is doing quite nicely, bubbling. And as soon I've checked the beef tips, they're very tender. The potatoes are tender. So when the cornbread comes out of the oven, I'll be back and we're going to give all this a taste test, okay? Well, it's been 4.5 hours. Our beef stew is done. It's tender. The potatoes, the beef tips are tender. The carrots are tender. And just in time, because my husband's on his way home from work and it's going to be ready. You can see that the steam is still coming off the cornbread. But guys, it looks and smells delicious, but tasting is believing. So let's give it a taste test, okay? Cornbread came out perfect, crispy, moist on the inside, crunchy on the outside. And we're going to give this a try. Wow. So delicious. Let me get me one of them. Beef tips are so tender. No complaints. Perfect meal at the end of the day. Threw everything in the crock pot. Did up a pan of cornbread. Preheated my oven. Preheated my oil. Popped it in there. 20-25 minutes later, the cornbread's ready. Supper's gonna be on the table. That simple. Chopped up all the vegetables. Put them in there. Let it slow cook all day. It's 20 till 6, and I put this on around noontime. So, give or take. And it's just been, I've just been keeping it warm. It's been done for a little while, so easily 4 hours on high, 6 hours on low. It'll be perfect. In my crock pot, it cooks pretty fast. You've seen it in the earlier clip that it was bubbling and piping hot. So, okay. Well, I'm gonna go. Thank y'all once again for hanging out with me while we put together another delicious supper. I love you guys. I'll see you back again real soon in my kitchen for another great recipe. But until then, go show some love and kindness. Be the hands and feet of Jesus and his mouthpiece. Make a big hearty beef stew. Take it to somebody who may could use the encouragement, may could just use a good hearty meal and just a visit from you, some fellowship, just to know that you love them and show some kindness. Okay? All right. I'll see you back again real soon for another great recipe. Bye, guys.